Hi, I'm Paige Dooley with Compass Real Estate. Welcome to the North Shore. The North Shore is known for beautiful architecture, breathtaking landscaping, wonderful beaches, and all of these quaint towns along the New Trier School District are about 30 minutes from the city of Chicago. But one of the main reasons people move here is because of the quality of the education. The school district is made up of neighborhood public schools in town, and you can often see children walking in groups through town or riding their bikes to school. And there are some other private schools here in Winnetka as well. As a result of this very education-centric philosophy, many of the town's establishments are reflective of that mindset, and we will be seeing one of those soon. In fact, here in Winnetka, it is the home of one of the fathers of progressive education, Carlton Washburn. Last year, we celebrated a 100-year anniversary of progressive education. It is a long-term commitment of creating curious learners. I'm so excited to be here today with Tricia Kosanda, who's the superintendent of the Winnetka Public Schools, District 36. Winnetka has a long history of progressive education. Can you tell us what progressive education is?
Sure. So progressive education is very much a part of the identity of our Winnetka community and a reason why many families actually come here for educational systems. The outcome, truly, what sets us apart is the fact that our children, our students, love coming to school. It's not unusual for our families to say why they're at the tail end of their spring break trips or in the middle of summer break wanting, their children are coming to them saying, I miss school, I want to come back. Progressive education is really around three key ideals. The first is that students learn by doing. In most school systems, you may see students learning concepts, but there's might be some abstract worksheet-driven experiences. But our children really find ways, and our teachers, to make the learning come alive. We also tend to the whole child. So what does that mean? Because that's a phrase that's not always clear to those not in education. But it means that we have high academic expectations, but we also make sure our children have well-developed social and emotional wellness so that they can come to school feeling safe, ready to learn, and build those very important long-term skill sets.
So important.
And then finally, we make sure that critical thinking is paramount to the work that we do in our school system so that children aren't just vessels or sponges for the content, but they actually then think about that content, what it means to them, and aren't afraid to kind of challenge the status quo. So in
by
the
participating.
End, right, so that they work together and collaborate. And so in the end, our students know that they come to school and feel connected to what they're learning. They know that we care about them as individuals versus just being students to learn a content. And in the end, they're really active in their learning process and aren't afraid to question. And so that's meaningful.
It's amazing. It truly is amazing. We are so lucky to have such an esteemed bookstore in town. I love that it's connected to the coffee shop, and you can come by anytime. It's truly a neighborhood gathering spot where you can strike up a conversation with those who work here, and they'll recommend a good read. So Stephanie, thank you for taking the time to talk to us today. Stephanie is the owner of The Bookstall, a very, very special shop in Winnetka. Tell us why The Bookstall is so special.
Well, the bookstall has been in some form or other existed since 1937. It's in this current location as of 1986. So there have only been a handful of people who have owned the store. And so I consider myself a steward of this very special place, which is more than just a bookstore. It's also a really important gathering spot in the community. We have families that come in, they bring their children, then their children bring their children. So it's very much a generational place. The bookstall does so many things beyond just what you see here.
Tell me about some of the amazing authors. This bookstall has gotten some incredible people, many ex-presidents, first ladies, and in fact, I brought my kids to see J.K. Rowling here years ago, which was a real highlight for them.
Right. No, absolutely, and that's one of the things I really love. So we've certainly had a lot of high-profile authors. The biggest event that I have done since I've owned the store was certainly Hillary Clinton, where it was 1,000 people lined up around the block. We had to work with Secret Service. It was really incredibly stressful, incredibly exciting, and she was so wonderful to every single person who came to see her. But yes, J.K. Rowling has been here, Jimmy Carter has been here, Gail Honeyman, Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. We really loved that book. And also one of our personal favorites in terms of celebrities was Andrew McCarthy from Pretty in Pink. So he was in the store, and all the kids line up to get their favorite, Fancy Nancy book signed. And that's really fun too.
Back to the importance of education in this little village of 12,000. Make your way up to Winnetka and you can visit the Historical Society where you can learn more about the history of progressive education. You can see the first jungle gym. I decided to move here 30 years ago to raise my family, and I hope I can introduce you to this special town.